Students, your topic for today is employer's liability for compensation. So, employer's liability to pay compensation is mentioned under Section 3, and as per Section 3, Clause 1 of the Act of Workmen's Compensation Act 1923, the following conditions must necessarily be satisfied in order to qualify for compensation. So, to receive that compensation, these following conditions are necessary, and then only the employer will be liable to pay such compensation. First, he must be a workman within the meaning of this act. Second, personal injury must have been caused by the accident. Third, the injury must have been caused by accident. Fourth, the accident must have arisen out of and in the course of employment. Fifth, the injury caused by the accident must have resulted in the workman's death or permanent total disablement or temporary disablement. So, accident arising out and in the course of employment. So, the employer is liable to pay compensation in case of personal injury and occupational diseases. And personal injury includes the physical or the mental injury, strain, or shock caused by the excitement. So, incidental to his employment and injured, then arises out of employment. So, an injury could be held to have arisen out of employment if it is established that. So, these points are to be established to make the injury establish this that it is arising out of the employment. First, it must have resulted from some risk incidental to the duties of the service or inherent in the nature of employment. Second, at the time of injury, the worker must have been engaged in the business of the employer and must not be doing something for his personal advantages. Now, doctrine of notional extension of employment. So, this doctrine means when the employer provides the employee with a particular conveyance to and from the place of employment, then the employee is regarded as in the course of employment, even though he has not reached or has left his employer's premises. So this is basically about the conveyance that is provided by the employer to the employee to and from the place of employment. And when the employee is in this hasn't reached or hasn't left the employer's premises, then also in such cases the employee is in the course of employment. There is this case like Harris versus Associated Portland Cement Manufacturers, Lakshmi Bai versus Chairman and Trustees, Bombay Port Trust, Dennis versus White. This is the national extension of employment. Now, when the employer is not liable. So, if the injury does not result in the disablement for a period exceeding 3 days, and the injury results in death or permanent total disability due to the worker was at the time of accident under the influence of drink or drugs. B. The worker willfully disobeyed an order expressly given for ensuring safety. C. The worker willfully removed any safety devices which he knew would harm. So, in these three cases, if he's on drink or drugs, or if he's disobeying any order that was given for the safety purpose, or if he removes any safety devices knowing this that it would lead to harm, and if also the injury that the disablement that has occurred is for a period is does not exceed the period of 3 days, so in such cases employer will not be liable to pay compensation. Thank you so much.